Hi everyone, this is Carmen and I am here with a smaller panel than usual, but we're good to go on our Team Badassery hangout of Sunday afternoon, evening, night, wherever we are around the world because we have an international panel here. So the Team Badassery, the Project Badassery Hangout is all about speaking about our experiences, about our stories, telling you everything that we want to tell you, that we want to share with you about our experience with Empower Network, with the business building, growing with the company, learning through the company, learning through all the programs and such. So there's a lot out here. At every hangout we come up with new stories, with more experiences, with things that we want to share with you. Today what we wanted to talk to you about is all about results, and I think you guys will agree this is a question that we get often from the outside. When people watch us going, they see what we're doing, they don't really understand what we're up to, but the first question they'll ask is, okay, you're building an online business, what are the results that you're seeing? And usually when you, is that who's listening to the live show?
Not me.
That is so weird hearing my voice. Okay, that was mine. That was an open thing on my end. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so back here, um, we were talking about results. So when people see what we're doing, they see that there's an online business that we're working on. The first question that they ask is, uh, what are the results that you're seeing? Basically, what that translates to is how much money are you making? But I think both of you will agree that there is much more to the word results than what society thinks. Society is minded in instant gratification, I think, and a lot of times when we think business, results have to translate into monetary results, into financials, into income, revenue, whatever you want to call it. It's all about the money. But in Empower Network, we have seen over and over again, and it's not only for Empower Network, it's in business in general, but as entrepreneurs, we have to understand that the word results means so much more. And it's really all about how we define success as well, because the more you are aware of the results that you are seeing, that you are getting, the more you appreciate the different types of results, the more you will feel successful, the more you will be able to acknowledge the success that your business is bringing to you, and the happier you will be as a result. And I think both of you will agree to that. I don't know what kind of stories that you have already to talk about the different results, whether monetary or otherwise. What are some of the results that you have seen? May, is there anything that really stands out for you in terms of results in your online business?
Um, well, for me, I've been doing online business since 2009. That's when I got started. And when I first started, my results were like, 10 cents, 10 cents like every 2 weeks on Google AdSense. So I had very tiny results, okay? And then I did, in the 10 cents and, yeah, okay. And I finally got paid from an Amazon, like I was an affiliate of Amazon, and I finally got paid for that. 3 years later, I made $11.70. So I was excited. It's money. I don't care. However, it took 3 years to make $11 from Amazon because you only make like cents on each sale you make because their commissions are so small. If you know anything about Amazon affiliates, if you buy anything from Amazon and you get some money, an affiliate is when, for anyone who might be new to this, if you sell something for another website or another person, they give you a commission, and Amazon gives you like very tiny
Yeah,
commission. So,
very
I
good.
mean, that was my result. And then I had another internet business I did in 2010, and I made like, I don't know, in the first month I might have made 10, $15. I don't know, not that much, maybe 25. And it was all my friends and family. I called them all. I was like, buy my thing, buy my thing. It was like very embarrassing, and it wasn't very fun. And so I mean, that was my results before I joined Empower. Now I joined Empower Network, and I've only been in a month. Honestly, I just started, and I've already made $125 myself, and I've made my sponsor money as well. So that's in addition to that money I made, and it's like a month. So I've already made more than I've ever made in any internet business I've ever done, and I just started, and it's easy to see where more money is coming. I already have people lined up to join me like next week. It's a thing. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so I have people who are very interested because I mean the business is very simple to explain, and a lot of people I talk to about it, it just comes out in conversation like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm doing Empower. They're like, well, how do you get paid? I'm like, oh, we get 100% commission, and then it's really easy from there because they're like, what? You get 100% commission? And I'm like, yeah, I get 100% commission. And they're like, how does that work? How do the owners, get paid? I was like, oh, the owners get paid the same way I do. They get 100% commission. They do the same work. So it's nice because they talk about it a lot. They're very idealistic about it. They don't want to let the business go because they get paid the same way. So they're going to treat affiliates really well because they're affiliates too. And when I explain it, it makes so much sense. And they're like, wait, what about the right leg and the left leg? And I'm like, there's no legs. I'm like, oh, you have to be a diamond or a ruby or whatever. And multi-level marketing, you know what I'm talking about. I'm like, I don't understand that stuff. We don't do that. That's just, I don't even get it. All we do is you get paid, and that's it. And every 5, it goes up to your sponsor. And that's and how much more complicated does it really have to be? And everyone's like, I don't really understand the diamond thing anyway. And I'm just like, yeah, who does? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, why? So after I'm done talking to them, they're like, oh, okay, send me your link. I mean, it's so much easier than any other of the online businesses I've done. And I've done them for, 4 years now? So I know I've been doing all these different kinds, and the commissions are either too small. You might get traffic and people buy it, however, they just don't give you any money. Or it was just too hard to figure out how to get traffic, whereas when you join here, everybody teaches you right away. You have traffic just because you join Empower. Empower Network already has traffic. And you just get all the resources you need so quickly that it's just so much easier to make more money quickly. And so for me, the results money-wise, and seriously, a lot of you want to get in for money, right? I got in for money. I mean, what's that? We're not going to fake it here. We want money, right? So, I mean, that's one of the things we want, and the money works. So, in terms of money, I've definitely gotten better results here. So,
well, you know what, May? What I noticed also is that when you're making money, like you said, it's 100% commission, right? So at the 100% commission level, the way it works in the structure is that with the way the structure is made, it's either you making the 100% commission or your sponsor. There's no other upline making any money. And that was one of the things that I didn't understand when you're talking about, the upline with the diamonds and this and that and the director 3 and 4 and I don't know what. You don't understand whatever the hell is going on. And they usually say it goes up to 7 generations and this and that. It's like you don't even know how much everybody is making anymore. But beyond that, I kind of felt like I pretty much have made the same amount of money as you. I've made 150, so minus some admin fees or whatever, it just comes up to 137, something like that. But knowing that the extra money that came in, that my sponsor made it, and he happens to be a friend of mine, it made me happy. It was part of my results, knowing that he's helping me build my business, and part of the income that my business is producing is actually going to reward him, compensate him for the value he's giving me. And nobody else is affected by it. It's between me and him. So it's amazing. As part of the results, package, it just makes it even it makes it make more sense. At least for me, that's the way I saw it in terms of income, in terms of monetary compensation for the business. But what I saw beyond that as well is that individuals who did join so far with me, all 3 of them, I can say, 2 of them more so than the third one, but pretty much all 3, they really recognized the empowerment value of the business. And for them to come back to me and say, thank you so much for introducing me to this business, was result on its own. And I was listening to one of the videos from Chris Record. He was interviewing this guy, Jeffrey Moffat, I think his name is, something along those lines. He happened to be an online marketing business guru from before Empower Network, and he had joined Empower Network and he loved the system and he was doing pretty well with it. But his message was, even if he didn't make any money with Empower Network, he found that the community, the results that he was getting in the empowerment of his team was well worth what he was putting in as effort, as time, as investment, or whatever. So the result for him also included money because, yes, like you said, May, we're all getting into this to build a revenue, right? I mean, why else would you build a business? But there is so much more to it, and part of the result being empowerment and personal development and feeling better about yourself, being able to build yourself as you're building your business is a very, very big part of the success of your business. And I think it's worth mentioning because it's very valuable when you're working as an entrepreneur, I think.
Yeah, I'm glad also, I know David Wood and David Sharp, I heard David Wood talk about it in one of his Empower Hours calls, I think. And not only him, I remember, I think it was Tracy Walker was talking about it, Nicole Cooper, these are all leaders in the company, and they were saying that they were really good at what they did in MLM. However, the people they brought in weren't, they felt guilty to tell them, you have to work all the time to get the success I have, and it's highly unlikely you will be successful with me. And they had to recruit these people in the business to make it work for them, and they felt guilty. And some of them quit just because they just couldn't take it anymore, because they didn't want to bring people in knowing they weren't going to succeed, because you really had to put so much effort to succeed. And I know that David Wood says one of the reasons he made Empower Network was because this is a business where you bring people in and they will succeed, and it's not hard, and it's something they can do, and you will feel good about yourself as a person, because you're actually really empowering people, which is why they call Empower Network. You're not bringing them in and they're going to fail. And the way I remember David Wood said that what used to be for MLM companies is you would go to an event, you would write a list of 100 people you knew, you would go home, call them all, have a party, none of them would sign up, and then 2 weeks later you quit the business. And that's how it used to be, and it was so disheartening for him. And for Empower Network events, it's the opposite. You go to the event, you get inspired, you get the knowledge you need, you start believing in yourself, and when you leave, you make massive amounts of money, and it just changes like that in 2 or 3 months. Like Kayala, he went to, I forgot, San Diego or somewhere, and then suddenly, 2 months later, he was making $3K a month, and then the month after, he's making almost $20,000, and the events actually help, and the processes help. The people who come in succeed. Most people who come in will start making money. It doesn't take long. It's understandable. And that was another reason that they made Empower Network what it is. And I agree with you. That is a very big benefit, a big result when you join the company, is that you get to feel good about what you do. I mean, you get to feel good when people come in under you. You feel good. You feel like you're sharing something good, and that they're going to be just as successful as you, if not more successful. And it's great either way, because everyone makes money when you're an Empower Network. So I agree with you completely on that.
Yeah, and I remember at 2 events actually in Austin also, they were talking about that, Nicole Cooper and Tracy Walker, as women as well. Women are so much more involved emotionally, even as entrepreneurs. Both of them were saying how disheartening it was, how guilty they felt about the other businesses that they were putting together. And some businesses also, they tried to build the business, it wasn't working out, so they moved to another business, but they took all their downline with them. But to go back to another business where you're going through the same shit, I mean, you're working like crazy to produce results that only you can produce because you have the downline, but you're also telling the other people to do the same thing, knowing that they can't do it. There's no way they'll be able to do it. And even if they were able to do it, they're going to ruin their lives doing it. So, they were talking about these stories, and it really makes sense especially for people who have been in online businesses like that, or in marketing businesses, in MLM type businesses, where that's the system. They know what it's like, and you hear so many times the thing that you were saying about the prospects. You make a list of 100 prospects, and most of them are your family members, and by some point they don't want to even speak to you anymore because they know that you're up to another project again. Well, it's true, and I can totally relate to that. I haven't been in many MLMs, so I don't know exactly how it is, but I can totally relate to that. And that's something that you don't have to do in Empower Network. So when you are building your business, knowing that whoever's coming to you, you're not even soliciting them, you are attracting them. And that's something that happened to me. When I came back from Chicago, I came back with a few breakthroughs that happened right before Chicago and during the event. When I came back, my energy changed online, and people sensed it. And people I started attracting them. They started asking me questions. And it was amazing to see that they were seeing transformation in me, so they wanted to see the same thing in themselves. I didn't have to solicit. I didn't have to badger anyone to give them information. They came to me. And as they came to me, with that need, that desire to transform their own life, and they saw value in what I was doing, so they wanted to join. I didn't have to make any effort. And the result out of all this was building a business where everyone is happy, and it makes you happy to be able to build a business like this. So it really does make sense. It's a very different type of business for sure. Daniel, do you have anything around these types of results, whether it's your own or what you've seen? I mean, you've seen a lot through Kayla and Paul as well. You've seen how you've seen the transformation that has happened through them as well. You lived through it through Chicago as well with us.
Right. Yeah. I've had results. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I have 6 people in my team, three under me, 3 as pass ups, but that's my team.
Mm-hmm.
And the results pretty much came from just actually I had some before the event in Chicago, and then I had some when I got back from Chicago, which is awesome. And the results that I got from it's just the motivation that it gives you to get that first one. Once you get that first one, it's like one of those feelings like you just want to race, or you kind of hit a lottery, but just not all the money in the lottery, But yeah, I've had results, and this is the first type of business, online business, I have ever done. I have seen a lot of businesses come and go, but for some reason, I don't know what it was, this was the business that in my heart, in my mind, it says go for this one. When you hear 100% commission versus 10% or 20% commission, that 100% commission sounds really good. And to see it actually happen to you making the 100% commission, it's just crazy. It's crazy. You're over here, you pay your money, you go around, you tell people about the business, and then all of a sudden you get one sale and you make that money that you had spent back. Where else in the business can that happen? Where else does that happen? And this is like May said and like Carmen said, this is residual income that comes in every month. Now there's companies out there that will promise you 100% commission your first time around, but then after your second month it's half. It's 50%. Now That doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you make 100% commission your first time and then make 50% the second month? That doesn't make any sense. The third month, 50%, 50%. That, to me, now you're taking away half my money that I had earned, and that's not good. So Empower Network is actually the one that'll actually sit there and give you your 100% commission. I want to see any other company out there that can provide that, you know, that can provide the 100% commission. And of course, guys, everybody, there is a income disclaimer for everybody. Okay, especially with the Empower Network. If you don't know the income disclosure, get on the website and check it out. You know, these results it varies. May, you haven't been in that long, but you, look at you, you made 125, and that's residual, and you didn't, you know, you really didn't have to do too much. You're just explaining everything. Carmen, I seen you signing up a lot of people. To me, what you guys are doing and what everybody else in the company doing motivates me to do more, to drive, to build up that drive and do more. You know, those are the results I like to see, because this panel right here, us three, was in Chicago. Me getting to know you guys in Chicago, and you know, seeing your results every day as we're going along, I can only be happy for you guys. Regardless if I know you or if I don't know you, I can only be happy because of the fact that this is a system that really works. And what people don't realize is, I know you guys get this every day because I get it every day. Is this a scam? Is this if this was a scam, I just want to say, if this was a scam, and since I'm making money, I can call myself a guru because I made money. All right? So, no, it's not a scam, and no, I'm not a guru because I don't want to be labeled as a guru. I just want to be labeled as a regular person, just like you guys, making money. And I'm not working any harder than you guys are. I still work a regular job, okay? I still work a regular job. Some of us on this panel don't work the regular job because, you know what, they're comfortable at where they're at now because their results are getting good. I'm not going to joke around. I'm not going to stay at my regular job that much longer. And I know that. And a lot of the people on the panel know that. Everybody around me knows that. Because of the fact that making money for everybody else and I'm living paycheck to paycheck is not something I want to do. So I'm gonna let Carmen take over from here, and then Carmen, I'll add on a little bit more about you know, a little story that I wanted to tell everybody. So.
That's cool, Daniel. You know, you mentioned something actually, and I mentioned Kayla and Paul before, and you mentioned how we inspire each other in the team because some of us have started building our business more aggressively, or we are seeing more of the concrete results that others are seeing. We did see in Chicago, we saw some members actually starting to pull in numbers, and namely Kayla, our founder of the founder of Project Badassery. At the Chicago event, we had a little team meeting, and at the event, he was getting some emails coming in stating that there was commission coming in, and he made $6,000 in front of us. It was absolutely amazing. That's the type of result that we witnessed. And the thing is, it's not, you know, he's doing it, we're not doing it yet. It's more like we're inspired because whatever he's doing, we're doing the same thing. So he's been working at it a bit longer than us, so we can get there also. If we will just believe in ourselves as much as he believes in us, we will be able to get there. And we have a whole team believing in us as well. So, you know, it's just a matter of following the instructions, doing things in a focused manner to really be committed and devoted to what it is that we want to achieve, and just do it to get the results that we want. and we have inspiration and motivation in the team constantly. That's one of the things that the my downline actually mentioned. As soon as you get in, you have so much support that you can't get lost. And that's something that I had seen through other companies, whether it's schools for online training or businesses that were supposedly giving some training to be able to get you started. The support wasn't always there. You know, they had some systems, the platform, some forums and whatever going on, so that if you had any questions, you can go there and you can, you know, ask your questions, get your answers, or help others or whatever. You know, they had the system there, but it wasn't a family. And Daniel, you mentioned that, you know, you at the very beginning you said you've joined a second family, and that does make a very big difference at the end of the line for your results, because as entrepreneurs we often feel isolated, we feel alone, we feel like, you know, we're doing this and that, but we don't have feedback, or we don't know exactly where we're going. We need some kind of guidance. And that's where this comes in. This team allows us to get that, to not feel alone, to know that we can get the guidance when we need it without hand-holding. We're not talking hand-holding. We're just talking support, motivation, inspiration, and guidance in order for us to see results. And I know in my case, I've been in online business for about 2.5 years now with the new happyme.com, and I just started with Empower Network about 6 months ago. But in my case, with all my background, I had a lot of heaviness in my background, and I needed to get over that. And money was a very, very big issue for me. So there was no way for me, no matter what I did, what kind of business I got into, even in my jobs, in my 9 to 5 jobs, I had a very big issue with money. I could do work and make sure that the automated system put my salary in my bank, and I didn't even want to look at that. I had a very, very big issue with money. So when I got into entrepreneurship, I dealt with that challenge. So even if you put in front of me a system that was completely foolproof, and you know, the cash generating system that you cannot go wrong on, I would go wrong on it. That's the way I was. I was blocking myself so much that I would not be able to even make it with that kind of system that, by the way, doesn't exist. You have to work at any kind of system that's out there. But anyway, even if there was some kind of system like that, I would not be able to work at it. What was what was crucial for me to be able to build my business was that support. It was really to have people around me to tell me how much they believed in me, to tell me, listen, Carmen, you have so much knowledge, you have so much to give, you have so much talent and gifts, you have so much to offer. You have to believe in yourself that whatever there is that you have to offer, it's valuable. And when you give out value, you can receive value in return. And that took some time to sink in. But it really took Empower Network to allow me to understand that, not only through the team, but also through the resources in the platform, the audios, the videos, the constant reminders, and things that really changed the I guess the chemicals in my brain, whatever it was, something needed to change. And it was through all that system that I was able to change that. So basically that, again, in seeing results, because yes, the results, at the end of the day, it is going to be monetary, but you have to produce other types of results before you can get there. In my case, it was mindset change. It was really flipping the switch on my attitude towards money. And I did see that result, and that's what completely changed the game for me and allowed me to start bringing in clientele, to start bringing in the income as well. So that for me was absolutely huge. And I could not see any other company other than Empower Network allowing me to do that.
That's a good point. A lot of people don't have money or love or whatever they're looking for in their life because of their certain constraints in their brain, actually, certain things that they're doing subconsciously to sabotage themselves. And that's actually very important because that's really the reason most people don't have what they want because we are abundant. We're naturally abundant. We naturally will have everything we need in our lives. We were born with everything we ever needed. And that's the truth. So if we're making deprivation in our lives in money or in health or in love or anything, it's usually because of something here. Like we were trained when we grew up that we were poor or rich people are evil or like women will break your heart or men are pigs or whatever it is that you learned when you were growing up that would sabotage success for whatever area that is challenging. And what Carmen, what you said is very true, that the Power Network works on that. So it's not just a system with a funnel and a web page and you go there and you click and you make money. They actually have 8 core principles that we follow. One of them is to listen to audio for an hour a day, and that's so that we can stay connected, learn how successful people think, what they're doing in their brain. Really, we're listening to their thinking so that we can change our thinking. And that's a really important part of Empower Network, which is why we have to listen to them for an hour every day, which is a lot of time. I mean, seriously, it's a lot of time. It changes your thinking. And that doesn't happen overnight, like Carmen's saying. And everyone's different. Depending on when you come into this business, you might be like a superstar already and making money somewhere else, like like the top leader Vic. Okay, there's a guy who made more money than anybody ever did in Empower recently. He just joined in December last year,
yeah.
And then the last 3 months he made almost $1 million,
921, yeah.
Some crazy number
in 90 days.
The last 3 months up to Chicago, who knows what he's made now? People laugh about him. They're like, yeah, when he sneezes, he makes $2,000. Whatever. The guy's like, when he came into the business, he had already reprogrammed his brain into thinking like a millionaire. He had already taken the courses, read the books. He'd already, he was into T. Harv Eker, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. He recommended psycho-cybernetics, recommended Learn Your Why. He's talking about all the basic principles to wealth that he had already studied, and he was already successful. He just became way, way more successful in Empower Network. So, I mean, he already had the mindset. And Empower Network founders, David Wood, David Sharp, they know that this is an important part of the business. It's not something that is just extra. It's a core principle. They said you are not going to succeed if you don't follow the 8 core principles. And one of them is 1 hour of audio. There's 20 minutes of reading, right? So these are things we have to do. Now, what company makes you do that? I've never been in a company that made me do that, honestly, ever. I've never been in a company that was like, you have to work on your mindset so you will be successful. So you're going to have to listen to successful people talk about success an hour a day, and you have to read about it 20 minutes a day, every day, if you're going to be successful in this business. Now, I haven't heard anyone say that. However, how can you be successful if you're not doing that? I mean, seriously, most people do it on their own because they want success so bad. They figure it out and they do it because that's how they get success. And really, you have to reprogram your brain so that you can welcome in wealth, welcome in success, and you can be that, amazing, unique person that you are. However, the surroundings, the environment, or how you grew up just put these limiting thoughts on you. And I've been working on it a little longer than other people, which may be why I made money the first month that I joined, whereas you might join and not make money for a year because it takes a little longer to get. And I know Kiala, I don't think he made any money. He joined for like a year. He didn't make money until he went to an event, and the event gave him this aha moment in his thinking, and that's when he started making money. So if you think it's only about a system, and you think it's only about a program, and you think you're buying this system and it's going to make you rich, the system is you. The system works because it reprograms you. It reprograms your brain. It makes you think like a successful person. It gives you everything you need, from your brain to your computer, on how you can become successful. The time is different for everyone because everyone's different. We came in with different backgrounds, different beliefs, different whatever. We're all different people. Now, if you do the 8 core principles, you will be successful. You'll be successful. And that's one of the things I love about this company is that they have those 8 core principles, and honestly, they're the coolest core principles I've ever heard. And some of them are very obvious, like you have to market an hour a day. Well, obviously, you have to market your product an hour a day. So these core principles are there for a reason. They work, and they're important. All of them are important. And I think that is actually a very, this is what attracted me to Empower, is because this system is very whole. It's very complete. It will work for anyone who does it. And Carmen's right. It's not, you have to work. You have to do the 8 core principles. However, they're not hard. That's the point. You work, you do them, and you will get results that you want.
Yeah, you're right. And go ahead. Did you want to say something else?
No, I was going to say I'm going to talk too long.
No, 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 not at all. You have great points, May. And I'm listening to you talking, and I just remembered someone who messaged me, someone who happens to be in a different team in Empower Network. She's probably been in for about 3 weeks, not too long, and she was in a complain mode, saying, it hasn't been working. And she said a few things, and I saw myself reading her thing, and I was so grateful to be at a place where I can recognize the fact that she really needs to work her mindset. And a year ago, I wouldn't have seen it. I would have said, well, the products sell on their own. Are you following the instructions and whatever? But it's not, like you said, the instructions, there are some technical instructions that you have to do. Some people will even fail at that because they think they know it all. They'll want to do it their way. They won't follow the instructions, and they'll fail because of that. And they'll not only, they won't fail at the beginning, they'll fall, they'll make the mistake, but because they'll get despair, they'll get frustrated, they'll end up failing, because most of the time they'll end up quitting. So that's the ultimate failure. But there's also, that's the technical part. There's also the mindset part. When you're doing all the technical things, but you're not realizing that you're going around it the wrong way, that you're complaining that it's not moving, that you're always being impatient, well, it's obvious that there's some work to be done there. And in the 8 core principles that you're talking about, May, that's part of it. Like you said, the audios, listening to audios, reading book, and there is work to be done. And there's one thing that I wanted to tell you, actually. I think it's next week, right? We're going to be speaking about psycho-cybernetics, the book, right? We're decided on that. We're going to do it at next week's Hangout. And thank you very much, May, because I have to tell you this. I was checking out the book and the audio, and I'm thinking, when will I have time to do this? I haven't done it yet. With the Empower Network team that we have with Project Badassery, we have a reading club. It's Readers to Leaders, and we are nudging each other into action to read more. And this is a very important part of building our business. So instead of leaving everyone to their own reading, we're getting together and we're motivating each other to read. And May, I have to tell you, you nudged me into action in this, because I was kind of slacking off on that, saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I have all these things to do. I didn't want to put time into reading Psycho-Cybernetics, even though I know for a fact that it will help me. And in fact, I have to show you this. I have my notes for the first chapter, and within the first few words already, I got some kind of result, and I have to share this with you. So thank you very much for nudging me into action. So one of the first things that I got out of this, out of the introduction actually, was no pain, no gain, and how wrong it is to think that. And as soon as that statement came into my mind, I visualized the statement, no pain, no gain. I remembered my mother. My mother always, always said that, no pain, no gain. You have to work at it, you have to work hard at it, even to the point where when I used to go to the hairdresser, and when I spoke with my mom this afternoon, I actually told her about this, and she still didn't get it. And I know she's in a completely different mindset, and I'm starting to transform my life by looking at things a different way. But I would go to the hairdresser, and I always had very, very long hair, and the woman needed to pull my hair all the time and detangle it and so forth, and it was always very painful. And my mother always said, in order to be pretty, you need to go through this pain. Yeah, I can see what you're doing, May. But that was my reality. And when I heard this, I said, oh my God, this has been following me all my life. If I can just reverse this and say no to this statement that has been completely ingrained in at a cellular level, then imagine how much I can transform my life and my business. And it took the team, book club, and the decision to talk about psychocybernetics at the next Hangout to push me into reading this book and to making this happen for me. So, this is how it's working out, and this is how we're seeing results. It's not just one thing. It's everything pulling together in an environment of empowerment where we start seeing results that will also translate in many areas of our life, not only in money. We're transforming our lives in different ways, and it's incredibly powerful.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the reasons I asked, let's do something for this book, because I know people need a push. I know that, I understand human nature, and honestly, it was pushing myself. I didn't finish the book yet, okay, although I'm much farther than you. I'm chapter 9, okay? So,
but it's true.
You did myself moving too. I wanted to finish this book because we've been on it long enough to finish it, and we need to move on, right? And in order to make this an alive, real commitment, we have to do it. So I did talk to Kiala about it, and he was thinking maybe every month or so we can do one of the Sunday hangouts on the book, because it's only 20 minutes a day. It's not an hour, and this is not to say that obviously marketing is very important, and we have people who are very good at it. I mean, you give us lots of tutorials on tools, which is great, and I love them because I need them. Okay, keep doing that. Okay, and then Wooly does it too, and then Kayala helps a lot. And so I knew, and this is the nice thing about Empower, is that you get to bring your own uniqueness to the group. You get to bring your strengths to the group. Now, I love to read. I told everyone that when I joined. I'm like, I love to read. I love to learn. I'm like a freak about it, And that's what I love to do. And I love to organize groups around. I've done it before. I've had reading groups. I've organized all kinds of reading groups. This is my thing. So I'm like, I'm going to do the reading group. And I knew it was being neglected, and I knew I could help. So, and the main point in that is that whoever you are listening to this, whatever you're good at, you will add to the team. It doesn't have to be marketing. I mean, if you're good at marketing, great. You'll probably do great. However, it doesn't have to be marketing. I don't know how to do these Google Hangouts. I told Kayala. Okay, Kayala gave me a one-on-one. I'm a leader in the group, so I got a one-on-one training session with Kayala just the other night. And I told him I didn't start texting until February, and he like couldn't speak. He was like, "What?" He was like, "What?" I'm like, I didn't start texting till February. I didn't have a smartphone. I had the regular, flip phone. And he's like, it's like the honest comprehension. I'm like, no, seriously, I did it. I didn't text. And he was like, he's like, the first $1,000 day you're gonna have, I'm gonna have a whole blog post and a whole thing dedicated to you, just because it's so ridiculous. And I'm like, whatever. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so I didn't have a smartphone until February. So I didn't really do Facebook until February. And I did it like once a year because it was too much of a hassle for me to turn on my computer and get on Facebook. And I didn't have a smartphone, So I just got my smartphone. So my strength is obviously not, that kind of stuff. My strength is organizing people, thought, thinking about how to change thinking, moving forward with commitments. I'm really good at that, which is why I'm like, we need to do a summary hangout where everybody talks about what they learned about psychocybernetics, and we got to, make everyone accountable here. And we're going to do this.
And it worked.
Everyone's like, okay. And
it worked.
And I know how to do that. That's my strength. And that's the good thing about Empower is that these are all important. They're all important. Marketing's important. The way you think about money, how you're going to be successful is extremely important. All these things are very important. And whatever you're good at, you're going to come to the team, and you're going to make the team even better. And as we get better, we all get better at everything. And it's just going to keep going up and up and up. And so thank you. I'm glad I pushed you. I'm glad that help, help me too. It's pushing me. Okay. It's like
That's
these
good.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, all
That's
good.
important. Yeah. And I remember I can hear the leaders right now going, we tell you what to do. You ask us what to do. Do you do it? We told you to read this book. Did you read it? I can hear them saying that to me. And I'm like, I'm going to read this book. They told me to do it. This guy makes $1 million in like 4 months. If I don't read this book, I'm a total loser, right? So,
But you know what? It's not only them telling us what to do. I think there's a mutual accountability also. It's not only accountability towards the leaders because there are so many of us also. If there are 5 people who read the book and the 80 others don't, then the 80 others won't. But when we have mutual accountability, when you're messaging me saying, we should probably do this on the next Hangout, and I'm thinking, no, you can do your own Hangout. And, I don't think people have read it. And then I said, hold on a second, Carmen, get a hold of yourself, and I had to pick myself back up and say, don't send the tennis ball back in her court. I mean, you could have done a Hangout on your own. I mean, I'm sure you can host your own Hangout and it would be perfect. But the idea was to pull the team together, and I have a certain responsibility, being the host of this Hangout, to kind of do my part, and that held me responsible, that held me accountable. And I said, no, you know what, this is something that I need to do, that I've known that I've needed to do. It's probably something that I have been avoiding, and so I need to do something about it. So I went back in the team and I messaged, yeah, definitely we can do this as the next Hangout, and instead of creating another Hangout for that, and nudge everyone else to start getting reading as well. So yeah, Daniel will send you the link to get the book too, and there's the audio version also. So you'll definitely get that, and you'll be able to join us for the
No, I
Hangout
don't
too.
want the link. I just want you guys to send me the book.
the audio is already on the Facebook page.
Yeah, the audio is already there.
Straight off the Facebook page. So easy.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go to the. Are you in the leader group?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, then just go there. The link is right there. You can just click on it, listen to the whole book. Super easy.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So easy breezy. That's how it is.
Easy.
And and I think a lot of people in our team will definitely get a lot of benefit from reading it. I know Eric has been talking a lot about it, about how it has helped him, get better in his mindset too. I know he has gotten pretty good in especially business mindset, but he has been working on other things, so psycho-cybernetics has helped him a lot too. And he has patients. He's a chiropractor, so it has helped him in his practice as well. So you see the ripple effects of results, and I think that's absolutely wonderful. And as new people come in, they join our team, they see this going on, and I think they do very much appreciate the fact that there is so much of a momentum that has already started, and when they come in, they just join the movement, as opposed to struggling to see where they stand. They just, they have their way already done. They have a few leaders already that are very, very active in the team, who can support them and inspire them on a continual basis. So it works out really, really great.
Yeah, I just want to mention the book is fun to read. Okay, it's not. It's just a getting the time is all. However, when you actually listen to it, and I know you already know this, Carmen, that it's a really good book. I mean, it's really good. So
yeah.
You're gonna enjoy it. Whoever's listening.
Yeah,
Daniel.
We lost Daniel. Yeah, we. I think he
went to read the book.
He went to find it. There he is again. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot to learn from it. And what I noticed as well is that I've been following the 15K formula in our platform, and I noticed already within the first 2 chapters, the introduction in the first chapter, there were things in there that were already mentioned within the 15K formula. So this is, it all kind of men's together. We're all talking about the same thing. The founders of Empower Network founded Empower Network based on these concepts. So it's pretty powerful. It's how you're building your business and you're transforming your life while building your business. And because you're developing a business in this way, that business is allowing you to transform your life even further. And just to say, I mean, I know we're so close to finishing our hour. I can't believe that it went so fast. But in the results, I know that a lot of the leaders have been talking about results in terms of, you know, when they're bringing in the money, but they have a certain sense of freedom that comes with it. Financial freedom is not only about being debt free. It's also having that freedom of your time, of a quality of life that comes with the money, which isn't always possible with all businesses. There are a lot of brick and mortar businesses. There are a lot of even online or MLM businesses where you give so much of your time that you lose your health, you lose your family. You know, it's the reality of building a business. But this business is based on the fact that as you're building your business, you're learning, you're transforming yourself, you're becoming a better you. And the more the money comes, because it's pretty much a consequence of all the transforming that you're doing, the money comes on its own at one point when you're doing the work properly. And like Daniel mentioned, there is that disclaimer, because you have to be doing that work. It's not difficult, but you have to be doing that work on yourself and on your business. And as the money comes, you realize that you can use that money to be free, to have that quality of time, to spend that time with your family, to do the things that you want to do for your own life, and to be able to serve the world further doing the things that you love to do. So it is all part of the results. The results do include quality of life, and we're seeing it more and more as Kayla's growing in the business. Now he's up to $20,000 a month, which on its own, that's huge. That's like 4 times more, 5 times more than what I used to make in my job. So that alone, the income, the monetary value is already enormous. But when you watch his videos, when you hear what he does on a day-to-day basis, and he's constantly telling us he's on the beaches, he's having fun, he's meeting up with friends, he's having a grand old time with his girlfriend, and like he's just enjoying this quality of life that he had lost a year and a half ago. Because I've known him for about 2 years now, so I saw the transformation in him, and I really see, I'm very well aware of how his life transformed and how he has gained a quality of life through this business. So that is definitely part of the results as well. And that's what you're looking for, Daniel. I know. You're looking for that quality of life where no more JOB, bringing in the money that you need to bring, and travel, right? That's what you're looking for.
Pretty much, that's what I'm looking for. If you guys don't mind, I wouldn't mind. If you guys don't mind, I wanted to talk to everybody out there. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the men and women that serve for our country and that are serving today. Thank you guys very much. What I wanted to talk to everybody about was this. In this business, in whatever you do, you're gonna get disconnected, and that happened to me. And today and yesterday was pretty much defining moments in my life that kind of helped me open up to, you know, what I need to do, how to get back into it, and just get to where I need to be or where I used to be. Okay. Carmen, like I was talking to you earlier, you knew that I was disconnected because, one, I was kind of burnt out last week. That's why I didn't make the hangout last week. Working 14 days straight and 8 hours, 10 hours a day. That's going to take a toll on anybody, any person. And that's what happened to me. And I couldn't really enjoy. Last week was my birthday. I couldn't enjoy my birthday weekend because I was so burnt out. Now, with this business that we have here, May, you brought up a good point about Vic Streishaus, however you say his name.
I have no idea.
I I've seen his webinar, and I mean he does webinars, and they're like 3 hours long. These are long webinars, and you know what? He breaks it down on exactly what he does. So if you're listening to this or you're watching this hangout here, you want to find something or you want to find yourself, you gotta watch Vic's webinars because it's not just for his people. It's for everybody that is in this business. And this business that we're doing with the Empower Network. He wants everybody to succeed, just like how everybody in this team right here wants everyone else to succeed, regardless of what your business is. Now, yesterday, I was able to just kind of get away from the norm. Let's just say the norm. And I had to do this for a business. I ended up at the Polynesian Cultural Center, and we had to do this agent familiarization tour, and we ended up with a bunch of agents from all the tourism companies, and just looking at how everybody presented themselves, and because I'm a people person. I observe people around me, and that's how I get my sales, and I talk to people. A lot of these people do not seem happy at where they're at. So I kind of felt like, well, shoot, I'm actually in a better position because, one, I'm not happy where I'm at in my job, but I'm happy at where I'm at with this business here with the Empower Network. And I'm the only one in that group right there that I know of that's in the Empower Network. Because there's a different step, there's a different way you're going to walk when you're in the Empower Network, to be honest. You know, in the Empower Network, you know where your future is going, where you're headed. A lot of these guys, they're stuck on, I'm just going to be in the tourism industry and I'm just going to sell tours. And me being the person that I am, I kind of feel bad for them, but then again, I don't. Because of the fact that I took the step and I took that one risk to be where I'm at now. And if you don't take that risk to be where you're at, you're just going to be stuck behind a desk answering phone calls and, taking orders from somebody talking about, I want to go here and do this and do that. Now I can be that person that says, you know what, I'm going to go here, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And since I'm already in that industry, I don't have to answer to nobody. I can do it myself. So what everyone has to just get out of this, and what I got out of this here, and my family here, Project Badassery, has always been giving me, is to just get out, take that risk, and just realize that everybody here wants you to succeed. And if you fail, open your mouth. Open your damn mouth and ask for the help. Because if you don't ask for the help, you're not going to get it. Nobody can read your mind. Nobody can sit there and say, well, looks like you need help. Because that right there is bullshit, because I can't read your mind. If someone could read your mind, they'd be a millionaire just like that, and they wouldn't be in this business. So do what you have to do. Get in. The link that we posted on there at the bottom, get in. That's all you have to do. And if you need help, you ask us. There's everyone out there that says, oh, this is a scam. You know what? You believe that's a scam, by all means, go right ahead. There's a million other people, there's 200,000 people out there in this island here that doesn't even know about the Empower Network. And you know what? Project Badassery is about to take over this island and the islands of Hawaii, and we're going to bring them to the events. And when we bring them to the events, I will honestly, literally make a webinar for all of you guys that doubted me, and I will moon you. I will drop my pants and I will show you my butt. Straight up. So,
That's so
but this is what I'm trying to get at is you have a choice, and the choice is now. The choice is here. Take a risk. If you don't take that risk, it's a $25 risk. It's two pizzas, two large pizzas. Take that risk. It's cheaper than going to the movies and getting popcorn and soda and all that other stuff.
yeah.
Because everyone knows it's $10 per person in the movies here in Hawaii. That's a lot of money. So get in, take that risk. Our link is at the bottom. The person that sent you their link, click on their link at the bottom. I want to send a shout out to my team out there. You know, all of you. I know you guys can't be on the webinar, or you guys are working, and you have your girlfriends or your wives on there, and your girlfriends and wives are helping you out. I want to send a shout out to all of you guys that has your significant other helping you out with the business, because think about this way, they are backing you up. That's the first person that you want backing you up is your significant other than your family. And once you have that, you have this team. And once this team gets together, you just don't know the power that a team like this has. You don't know the power. And that's what this is all about here. So
And
get in and join us.
the way you're going to find out about that power is by simply joining at the $25 level. As soon as you get in at the $25 level, by clicking the button below, you're already having access to Project Badassery. You're already inside the team. You're going to get welcomed by about 50 different people telling you how happy they are that you have joined, that they are offering their support, that they are opening all the resources to you, and telling you how much they believe that you can make this business work. And I think, Daniel, what you're talking about everything that you have been through, and knowing that you are now empowered compared to so many people around you who are just sticking to the norm and to the routine, you have grown. And that alone, when you're an Empower Network and you're growing, you're transforming yourself as you're building your business, that alone is worth so much. There is no therapy, there is no $25 training that's going to give that to you, but this does. And it all starts with taking massive action. Like Daniel says, make boss moves. Just make that decision, click on the button below, get in, and you have this team. You have the three of us here on this panel, but so many more out there at home in our group who are ready to welcome you. Yeah. And they're here. They're listening to this hangout right now. They're saying, "Woo! Project Badassery, yes."
Yeah, and they're at the beach. They're enjoying their life, which is what you get to do when you join this team.
Of course.
I
Yeah.
know they're at the beach.
And you know what? Even we've heard Kayla at one point, he was allowing his business to continue while he was sick in bed. You have other ones who are up at a cottage. They don't have internet access, but they're enjoying their life, like May said. And you know, there are so many different situations where you're not stuck. You're not held back by your business. You're just enjoying it, and we're enjoying our time here with you on this hangout. This is not an obligation for us. We're doing this because we love doing it, and we love interacting with our audience. We love helping our audience see that there's something else out there that is really going to make a difference in their life. So don't delay it. It's like Daniel said, $25. I mean, here in Montreal, it's $14 to get into a movie. So that's, you know, for two people, it's costing you less to get into Empower Network, and you have access to so much as soon as you get in. So definitely worth at least a peek at $25. Click the button below, and join us next Sunday, same time. We're going to be talking about psycho-cybernetics, and I think it's going to be pretty valuable. You're going to get a lot of insight into how you can change your mindset as well to do whatever it is that you are meant to do.
And all the leaders, Kayala, he's almost finished the book. Woolie's already listened to it multiple times. The people making the most money have read the book. Just must remember that.
So it basically
That's
tells
true.
you it basically tells you how important it is, right? So definitely worth, and for whoever has not read the book, who is not on the Hangout but who's listening to it, is going to get so much out of that Hangout. So that's a Hangout that you do not want to miss.
Yes.
So I think
Click,
we did a pretty good
click,
discussion. Yeah, click on
click,
the button
click,
below. You
Yeah,
don't need
click on the
anything
button.
else.
click,
You don't
click,
Click on the button.
you don't need anything else. Just click on the
click.
button below and join us again next Sunday for
Yes,
another
look
Hangout with
forward
Team
to it. This is
Badassery.
awesome. I love you
Yeah.
guys.
Hey,
Yay!
Bye.
son,
Have a great.
I want to send a shout out to Herman and Sharon. I know you guys are listening. They're on my team, Camuela Boss Hogs. Yep. Everybody check out bossstatus.net also. That's my that right there. He's a hard worker, and pretty soon he's gonna be joining us at the top, and he's gonna make it
Yay.
to the. He's making it. He's bringing his wife with him to the event, so we're gonna meet them too. So he's coming to the event in Denver. Guys, get in $25 and show up to the event. You're gonna see what these events are all about, and that's the important thing about it. All right.
Yeah.
So aloha to you guys. I know Herman, you guys are flying in 4 days. So Herman and Sharon, I'll see you guys here in Hawaii in 4 days. I hope you guys are ready.
Yay.
Yay! So have a beautiful week, guys, and we'll see you next Sunday on the Project Badassery Team Hangout. Bye-bye.
Aloha.